Excuse me, sorry. Just one from me. You've got 3 away games coming up. Now, naturally, that would be a difficult thing or a horrible prospect for a manager. I guess this season, with the way things are, it's maybe not quite so unpalatable as it would be under normal circumstances.
Well, we've done okay away from home. We've won 6 of our 7 games. So, yeah, but listen, whether it's home or away, we always look forward to playing. We'll always retain our enthusiasm to continue with our work. And yeah, we take each game now and look to Palace and look to see if we can get a result.
Okay, and Charlie Wyatt, please.
Hey, Brendan. I know you've spoken a bit about the new training ground, but do you think sometimes fans at all clubs don't quite realise the importance to players of the training ground, and often that can be a deal breaker between getting a player and not getting a player, because if the pitch is terrible, they might get injured. Do you think maybe fans don't always quite realise that can have such an impact on the team and who arrives at a club?
Yeah, it definitely is pivotal in it, Charlie. It's one where players, especially the elite players, they know what it takes to operate at the highest level. And a big part of the game now in the modern game is sports science. And if you have the sports science facilities and medical facilities there, then of course that can make a huge difference. Like tomorrow, we'll be able to go and recover and be in the pool inside and recover the players to the maximum level. We were never able to do that in our old training facility. We always did the very best that we could, but now the facility allows you to do exactly what it is you want to do in order to make the program, the players as elite as possible. So yeah, it does. It is a huge sway when players are looking at your facility.
Let's go to Jordan Blackwell, please.
Okay, Jordan.
On mute, Jordan. Yep.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. You've spoken to Rob there about potentially changing players, and I know you did it last year when you had these 2 games in 48 hours. Do you feel even more confident about the players that could come in this year because they're not coming in cold? You've got players like Mendy and Pratt and Thomas who have played a lot of football this season.
Excuse me, John. Yes, exactly that. I think that the players are coming in, a lot of them have all been playing. Like you said, Papis last year came in against West Ham, and he'd hardly been involved in any of the squads if he had been, but came in and did really well. I think the difference being a lot of these players have all been playing. They all understand the structure of how we work, and I trust them. You know, I want an intensity in the game. I want, we're a team that wants to run and has to run and give everything in the game, and that might be difficult for certain players in certain positions coming off the back of today. So yeah, the confidence I take from the players is that, and I trust them. So whichever team I'll pick, I think it's the team that can win the game.
Thank you. Best of luck Monday.
Thanks, Jordan.
Okay, so James Nursey and then Simon Stone, please.
Hi, Brendan. Afternoon.
Hi, James.
You're visiting a Palace team next who obviously shipped a lot of goals in their previous home game. As a coach, do you always be a bit wary when you go to a team like who've had a result like that? And of course, you beat Southampton handsomely away last season, and that seemed to spur them into life. Many people feel as well. So that's perhaps an example of that.
Yeah, I think that there's obviously a game between the Crystal Palace are playing Aston Villa today, so they have the game in between that. But of course, it's the first game back since that. And listen, Roy's team have always been defensively very good. They were clearly playing against Liverpool on the top of the game, and they can do that. So we probably won't look too much into it. Neither will the players. It's one that they've got a game today, and then they'll look to get back in and get 3 points against us. So I don't think it will have any great indication of how it'll be going forward.
Okay, Simon Stone, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi.
When you talk about the top 6 and not having the budget, I mean, the fact is that Leicester have been in the top 6 or largely the top 4 for 18 months now. What is it that you can do in order to bridge that gap? Because clearly you're doing something right and others are doing something wrong.
Well, no, I think we since we started to work together, we've tried to be very clear in how we work. You know, as a manager, it's one of the biggest things to convince players to play how you want them to play when you arrive at a club. So, no, we've tried to create a set of values here that allows us to work well every day, and then create a way of working and playing that the players can play with confidence and personality. And okay, like you say, we don't have those financial resources like the others. However, we still want to be able to be competitive, and that consistency comes from training, comes from setting a standard every day in your work, and also having the ability to want to improve. So we're constantly pushing the players to improve on and off the pitch, and thankfully I've got a brilliant group here to work with. They really buy into what we're trying to deliver here, and like I say, they consistently have been improving. So yeah, it's that's what I would answer to that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll finish with Tom Colomarsi, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Okay, Tom.
Manchester United had two world stars like Pogba and Cavani on their bench today. I'm sure you'd like to have players like that in your squad, but sometimes does it give you more satisfaction to see the improvement that so many players have made in your time here rather than when you're just working with ready-made stars?
No, listen, Manchester United are a fantastic club, and the team, like you say, literally top-class players and world-class players. My job is different here. It's to see if we can compete on a football front and be in that sort of top six bracket. So that's something that's a real challenge for us. But of course, as a coach, then obviously some of the biggest satisfaction you get is that relationship between training and the games, and seeing players improve. And if I look at James Justin, who was mentioned earlier, his development and improvement and his authority now at this level is growing game by game. Seeing Harvey producing numbers, and he'll be up there with some of the wingers at this level in terms of numbers now, and goals and assists, but he has still lots of room to improve. Like I said, Jamie, as you say, even at his age, still producing the performances, numbers, and a lot of the others like Yuri Tillemans, Wilfred Ndidi, they're young players that they need encouragement. You know, you're asking them, you put them under stress to play for you every week, but they know that we're with them every day in training and to help them and become better players. So yeah, it is satisfying. Whichever club I've always been at, I've loved seeing players improve and develop, and that's ultimately what I enjoy.
Thank you.
Cheers, Tom.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Safe trip home. See ya.
Cheers.